Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today's surprise is Teeny Tinies, Teeny Greek Food. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. Teeny Tinies. Uh-oh, I didn't start in the right place. Teeny Tinies, Teeny Greek Food, 20 pieces. Nice blue packaging. At least I guess it's blue. I'm colorblind, so don't make fun of handicapped people. Teeny Tinies World Traveler Edition, 20 pieces. Adult supervision required. Ages 6 and up. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm old enough to use this. So here we have a nice big window showcasing everything that comes in the set. One set, see back for full details. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Teeny Greek Food RMS. On the bottom, Teeny Tinies. Small, fine, legalese print RMS. Made in America. Barcode. On this side, Teeny Tinies. And we've got some of the things that are contained in the set. Teeny Greek Food. On this side, we've got more stuff that's contained in the set. Teeny Greek Food, Teeny Tinies. Then on the back, Teeny Tinies, Teeny Greek Food, adult supervision required, ages 6 and up. World Traveler Edition includes 20 teeny pieces. We've got Lucamods. I probably mispronounced that. Pita bread, I know what that is. €2, pork and vegetarian. Greek salad. 2 souvlaki, lamb and chicken. I probably mispronounced that too. Not the lamb and chicken part. Frappe, Evu, or extra virgin olive oil, because it says olive oil right there. Duh. Dolomites, tzatziki sauce, feta cheese, lemon, a dish, Kalamata olives, a knife, octopus, Spankakopitita, I messed that all up, vertical rotisserie, woo, and baklava. I love baklava. That stuff is tasty. Not this one, of course. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the accessory set. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at all these wonderful pieces. So first of all, we have the knife. And I'm assuming this is for cutting the meats off of the vertical rotisserie. So, you know, it's got enough molded detail in there to tell it's a knife. Probably about as much molded detail as maybe a G.I. Joe Classified series knife. And then it looks like it's molded in this, you know, it's kind of silvery gray plastic. And then the handle here is a paint amp. So, there's that. So, next up, let's take a look at the Euros. There are 2 Euros, a pork and a vegetarian one. And I don't know that I can tell them apart. This one might be the pork one. So lots of nice details there in the end there. Yummy. And I want to go ahead and apologize if I mispronounce any of these things, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just I don't necessarily know how to pronounce all these words, so I'm gonna do my best. So at least I did say euro and not gyros here. But again, nice detailing there for the interior, so that's cool. So next up we have 2 souvlaki, a lamb and a chicken. And these are skewers. So again, very nice looking, especially when you consider the price of these sets. So very, very cool. So next up we have a plate of feta cheese. So nice little paint apps on there. Nice molded detail too. I mean, look at that. They didn't have to put, you know, that rectangle around the bottom. No, they could have just left it flat. So that looks nice too. Next up we have, let me see what this is. Spanakopita. Spanakopita? I don't know if that's right or not, but again, nice molded details in there. Nice little paint app there. And just, I mean, for what it is, a small little set piece. Really, really cool. So here we have this tzatziki sauce. And this stuff is yummy. So nice paint apps in there. And nice molded detail. And that goes throughout the set. Let's see. These are the Kamata olives. And there, I almost lost that piece. Luckily it landed in my chair. So looking at this and looking at the picture of it, I wouldn't necessarily say I would know that these are supposed to be olives because of the paint on it, but you know, I guess it can be a bowl of whatever you want it to be. So next up, the other thing is, well, this just says dish, but it's not empty, and it's kind of showing it empty in the pack. So I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be some kind of soup. I'm not sure exactly what that should be. It just says dish though on the packaging. And then here we have the last little itty bitty piece, and it's a lemon, and it looks like a lemon. You know, it's hard to see on the camera. It does have like a tampo or something on it with lines in it. Could be a sticker. Yeah, that's what it is. It does have a little sticker on it, and again, it's kind of there. That's a little better. You can kind of see it now when it's not glaring. So enough you can tell what it is. So next up we have, they're calling this a frappe. The straw's a little bent. I'm hoping I can take a little bit of heat and fix that, but it's not like I'm gonna have a figure that can really hold that. So it's kind of table dressing, I guess. And here we have the extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO. And it just says olive oil on there. It doesn't say extra virgin. But on the box, it's labeled as EVOO. And I have to say, it's molded out of a translucent plastic. It's got a little paint up here, sticker right here. So, you know, very cool. Next up, we have octopus. So it looks like just the tentacles. I don't think they eat the rest of it in Greek food or Greece, whatever. I don't think the recipes call for anything other than the tentacles there, but it's got some, looks like lemons and some sauces and stuff on there. A little bit of garnish even. At least that's what we used to call it back in the 80s, and then the 90s they kind of changed it. This is just pita bread, and it does have some nice molded details on it. Looks pretty cool. Here we have, let me see, dolmades, maybe? Is that how you say it? D-O-L-D-O, I can't even spell it. Dolmades. Dolmades. That sounds right to me. So it's got some nice paint on it. Maybe a little sloppy because that's supposed to be a lemon right there. A lemon slice, so. But overall, again, for like set dressing or whatever, it's not too bad. Okay, let's see. This is Loukoumades. Loukoumades. So I don't know how to say that, but that's what this is. And you know, it's got some nice paint on the outside, some nice deco here as well. So again, very nice pieces. Here we have Greek salad. So probably the same stuff you get at Olive Garden. No, probably not. But, you know, it does have some nice deco in there. And it looks like salad. I see some onion bits and lettuce. And I guess it's lettuce. Maybe some mozz. Cheese in there. Some olives maybe. So I don't know what all is supposed to be in it, but it looks cool. And then here we have the baklava. I know how to say that, and I know how to eat this stuff. Although I don't get to eat it very much anymore because of diabetes. But you know, this is one of the things that I could recognize what it was without having to look at the box. Originally when I was looking at it in the package, hey, that's baklava. So very cool. I like baklava. And then our last piece, we have the vertical rotisserie, and this could be beef or lamb on here, and you can see the heating elements back here in the back, and it kind of sort of turns a little bit, and then it's got some deco on it just to kind of break up the solid color and give it a little fatty bits in there. And so, you know, I mean, it's really cool. So there we have it, my friends. A look at the accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have selections from the Teeny Tiny World Travelers Greek food accessory set with the SH Figure Arts Son Goku's Harahachi Bunmei accessory set. For our last set of comparisons, here we have a selection of the Teeny Tinies World Traveler Greek food, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance at the buffet, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Teeny Tinies Greek food 20-piece accessory set, I have to say, for like the $5 I paid for it at Five Below, it's very impressive for $5. At least in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. You may think this is the most suckiest thing ever for $5, but I don't think so. I think it's a good value. I think there's decent deco on, well, there's good deco on most of it, especially when you're considering the price. And, you know, 20 pieces of Greek food. Well, not necessarily. It's not all food. Got one knife and one rotisserie with some food on it. But still, I think it's a super value at that price. And, you know, for $5, I don't have any complaints about it. Now, if I had to nitpick some stuff, yeah, I would have liked a little bit better deco for the meat on the rotisserie. It's a little plain and shiny looking. You know, there were a little bit of paint slop on some of the things and a little bit of missed areas. But again, we're talking about a 20-piece accessory set for $5. You really can't beat that if you want this type of stuff for background pieces or whatever may be the case. I mean, it's very cool. And, you know, again, for background pieces, they have enough deco on them to be in the background of the display. Even, I think, for photography. So, that's my opinion on the stuff. Your mileage, of course, may vary, but I think it's a good value for the money. And the next time I go to Five Below, I might pick up another one of these. They had different country sets, and this one looked the most interesting to me, so I picked this one up along with the grills, the barbecue grill. And you know, I think they're really, really good pieces. I think it's good value for the money. And I want to say it was $5. I could be mistaken, because everything at Five Below isn't $5 and below anymore. But I think it was $5. And even at, you know, $7 or $8, I think it's still a good value for what you're getting and the cost of it. So there's that. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.